Good evening and welcome to News and Trends. We begin with this top story. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio today said that the Business Advisory Committee BAC of Nagaland Legislative Assembly has already finalized the provisional program for the ensuing 7th session of the 13th NLA. Among others, it would have discussions on the Naga political issue, said Rio on the sideline of inaugurating automated NLA library at Kohima this afternoon. The assembly session has been scheduled for February 12 to 20. Rio also told the media persons that the session would also discuss on power sector as the revenue collection is very poor. On Governor's letter to Chief Secretary to take action against government employees speaking against the functioning of the government, Rio, while saying that he does not want to comment anything on the said letter, however maintained that any government servant or public, if they write things which is against the state, the law will take its own course.
So any person, government servant or public, if they write things which is against the interest of the state or some issue, then law will take its own course.
On the demands of the civil society and tribal bodies demanding government to make RIIN an act during the session of the State Assembly, Rio said the government is working on all these issues and the government should be allowed to function as much matters have to be done properly. No one can give deadlines of this or that session and time limits should not be set. They should know the government formalities for things to be done properly, he said. The recommendation of the RIIN committee has already submitted its report while the cabinet has also approved the same. But the implementation is taking time, he said, while clarifying that the cabinet is taking up different parts which is taking time.
So they have submitted their report, cabinet has approved, but implementation, that parts we're taking different parts, and it will take time. We have segregated the Nagas, indigenous inhabitants Nagas, then the hill tribals of Northeast. Because your Bengal Eastern Country Regulation Act 1873 is not only for Nagas, it's for the whole eastern hill tribes. And 1979 notification, which declared the Dimapur subdivision under Kohima as tribal belt. I think this notification was on 3rd November 1979. So all these applications come and they will all get their status. Okay. And then your, like in that notification, any Naga, then Kukis, Kacharis, Garos, Nikis. So 5 tribes are inhabited there. Therefore, it cannot be excluded from the rest of the state. So it was declared tribal belt. All these things has to go through. And even non-Nagas, some of them they have already settled in Naga Hills pre-Indian independence also, not to talk of state. So those people, and who come after 1963 also, they will get a status. So all these things, it's not this country or this state is not only for one people. This whole Indian Union, we have to give protection to everybody, and everybody should get their rightful rights. Okay.
Also replying to media persons, Rio said, "We welcome NSCN-K led by Niki Sumi to join the ongoing negotiations for an early solution to the Naga peace talks, and that speaks volumes. If necessary, we will personally meet Niki and have meetings," he said.
And now we're dealing with if We are, PTA was the first to welcome Gen.Niki to be coming to join the negotiation and so on. So we welcome him and his group, and that speaks volume. And if necessary, we'll personally meet. If necessary, we'll have meetings. But why we should go for photo session or go for publicity? Thank you very much.
Nagaland's Chief Minister Nipi today inaugurated the fully automated and digitized library and the modernized training room of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly NLA at Kohima Assembly Secretariat. Speaking on occasion, Rio said that a knowledge-based, well-structured, professionally organized library and information service could positively impact upon the quality of performance of the individual legislator as well as the collective body of the Assembly. The Chief Minister said that it is important to bear in mind that a well-informed legislature can help to bring about an informed population, which is the greatest asset for a democracy. The Chief Minister said that the quality of service provided by the library plays an important role. He said a modern library is not just a collection of books, products and service, but also a gateway to outside sources and the world. He said the vision for a good library for the legislators should be to transform itself into a professional, knowledge-based, technologically updated institution providing quality service to the legislators. Lauding NLA Speaker for the initiative for incorporating the latest technologies into the functioning of the Assembly's library, he said this is yet another step in the direction of paperless governance too.
An important service, more than anything else, could positively impact upon the quality of performance of the individual legislator as also of the collective body of the Assembly. It is said that knowledge begets ideas and ideas beget change in a parliamentary democratic society. The parliamentarians, as leaders of society, are agents of change. The quality of change is inevitably linked to the extent and the quality of information the harbingers of change are in.
Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton said that traditionally library is seen only as a source of information, but modern library with internet connectivity provides access to so much more within a very little time. He said the process of digitizing and automation of the library will enhance the effectiveness of parliamentary information significantly and is not only rewarding, but it has also become a necessity due to technological advances and expectations of this century.
And also, as I said, really in need of the hour. As we are aware that the whole world is moving towards digitization, and there have been remarkable developments in information and communication technology.
NLA Speaker Sheringane Longkamar said that the automated library is a milestone in the chapter of the NLA as the Assembly Secretariat takes its first step to be integrated and encapsulated in a technology-driven governance. He said that the NLA library houses a huge collection of books and precious records starting from the days of the interim period. He said the need for safekeeping of such important documents at the same time enabling easier handling and access has become paramount. In the current digitization and automation process, all the proceedings of the House starting from the interim period were digitized and archived in the digital repository, and the process can be scalable for digitizing other records also, he said. After the digital revamping process, publications of Who is Who legislators can be presented in the globally accepted Wiki format now, he said. The Speaker said with the inauguration of the training room, the legislators and officers will now have the opportunity to interact and train on the use of our very own customized applications by trainers and resource persons from the Parliament. The Nagaland Legislative Assembly Library caters to the information needs of the users with the assistance of printed books on different subjects such as debates, reports and periodicals, etc. The library is automated using Integrated Library Management Software (KOHA). The library is monitored through CCTV surveillance. The library also provides reprography services and digital scanning to digitize proceedings, archival materials, etc. The NLA library also maintains an institutional repository using DSpace, which hosts various research documents of the Assembly. The second phase COVID vaccination started today in Dimapur district for the frontline workers, where a total of 165 persons got vaccinated. Leading from the front, Deputy Commissioner Dimapur Rajesh Soundarajan, Commissioner of Police Dimapur Rotihu Tetsio, and District Commandant Nagaland Home Guards Y. Khento Chishi were vaccinated from respective session sites set up at Urban Primary Health Center Duncan Basti for the district administration, CP's office for the police personnel, and Home Guard's office for the Home Guard personnel. OC Women's Cell Rose Yantan was the first to be vaccinated from amongst the lady police officers. District Immunization Officer Dr. Rebecca informed that there were no reports of adverse reactions. She also informed that the first dose of COVID vaccination for the frontline workers will continue till 6th of March 2021. Nagaland today reported 6 positive cases of COVID-19. All the new cases were detected from Kohima. State's Health and Family Welfare Minister Espangi Prom informed in a tweet this afternoon that 6 positive cases of COVID-19 have been detected today in Kohima. The minister also informed through this tweet that 3 positive patients have recovered in Dimapur. The state has so far reported 12,166 positive cases of the novel coronavirus. While 11,840 persons have recovered, there are now 88 active cases. Commissioner and Secretary Nagaland Legislative Assembly Dr. P.J. Anthony has informed that arrangements have now been made for the distribution of vehicle passes for the ministers, advisors and the AHODs to collect their passes from the office of the Special Secretary Home Civil Secretariat on 10th and 11th February 2021 till 3 p.m. According to DIPR, the arrangements for the MLAs and PSPA to members for collecting their vehicle passes for the assembly session will be from the reception counter, gate number 2, Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat on 10th and 11th February 2021. All HODs, IPR and the media persons' car passes will be issued from the reception counter, gate 1, Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat on 10th and 11th February 2021. All concerned have been requested to follow the above schedules for collecting the vehicle entry passes for the 7th session of the current assembly.